What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're gonna be looking at a video from a new YouTuber called T-Files. Now, I'm gonna shout this sister out because she done brought a whole bunch of shit to the congregation. Now, if any of you guys remember the old videos I used to do that was on Patreon. Y'all remember I used to do videos on Zeus. Now, if y'all haven't been paying attention, Zeus is about to go through a lot of shit. And I want you guys to know, I'm going to be using this creator's content. I'm going to also give her credit. So if you guys want to, please go over there to that sister channel and actually follow her. And get her over 1,000 so she can get monetized. Now, I'm about to show y'all this because this is insane. Now, apparently, Lemmy Plumber is being exposed. Now, Natalie Nunn apparently got fired. Scotty, with the quote-unquote body from Zeus, apparently is mixed. Everybody in Zeus is mixed on to this shit. Now, D-Storm, apparently, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna let y'all hear this shit.
Now, Lemmy controlled all the money at Zeus. And at this point, myself, Batch, and Amanda were pushed out while Lemmy's taking these interviews acting like he did it all by himself.
Like, he's a scrawny little he knows he can't touch me. He knows he can't fuck me. He knows he can't even fucking look at me. And that's what really be the problem. Because every he be casting is literally he's like all the girls that he be getting on the shows, and y'all be wondering why, like, where the fuck did they beef come, or why are they so beefed out? Like, you don't even really know, or it'll be over something small. That's because he's literally casting a group of and then just sitting back and watching them fight over him for the whole casting a group of.
Look at this. Natalie's husband said on Baddie South she be forgetting she's married. Exactly. She be cheating on that nigga too.
And then just sitting back and watching them fight over him for the whole season. Like, you're really a weirdo.
If we sell the company, I mean, we're trying to create $1 billion business. You know, those are tough decisions. We're getting those calls now.
Do you have investors?
No, I independent. I financed it myself, aggregated some influencers to help, come in, and King Bash, Amanda Cerny, Daystorm, they came in, and I brought them into Zeus and gave them some equity when we first launched.
I'm gonna say this because I don't think Lemmy actually understands what the fuck he just said. When you have an image of being a Zeus, of being a platform where a whole bunch of ratchet broads come to fight and to basically, quote unquote, try to get a bag and shit, you're never going to be $1 billion business. Even if you somehow change your image. These initial years that you're in, it ain't gonna be that.
And
I know they were like, yes.
No, for sure. And they really helped to get the network off the ground.
It looks like Lemmy Plumber is in a lawsuit with a few people. So it looks like Lemmy isn't the founder of Zeus Network, according to these 3 Vine stars, King Bach, Amanda Cerny, and D-Storm. If you were on Vine, then you definitely remember these 3. They were all over the internet back in the day. If you were just about anywhere online, then you definitely came across one of their posts, or someone reposting them at least once. Amanda went onto Twitter a few days ago and posted a screenshot from TikTok. In the screenshot, someone said, "You owning Zeus don't sit right with me." And Amanda replied back by saying, "I am one of the owners, yes, but haven't been paid $1 from the platform." Amanda then wrote on Twitter, "Not sure where all of this is coming from all of a sudden, but yes, I am one of the handful of owners of the Zeus network, and no, my lifestyle does not reflect my significant equity as I have not received any income from Zeus since coming up with the name of the platform in 2018 to date." Lemmy, or Lemon Pepper, as some people like to call him, went into Amanda's comments and had this to say. He said in all caps, "Amanda, stop lying to these people. You are a fraud. You buy your followers and likes. I am the creator, investor, and founder of Zeus. Thank ya. Amanda, quote, tweeted Lemmy and said, "You are the co-founder." Lemmy went to his Instagram and posted this to his story. He added Amanda Cerny and said, "If you want to be on Baddies, just say that. Natalie Nunn, please give this girl a job." He then posted this to his story. He added Amanda again and said, "Amanda claims she's the co-founder of Zeus Network LOL. There's nothing on her page about Zeus. Never has been. She doesn't follow any Zeus pages, Zeus blogs, Zeus talent. She's never been to the Zeus headquarters, doesn't know a single Zeus employee. Nothing. She has a bunch of weird and corny Vine videos on her page. Leave me alone, please."
Okay, now let me break this down right quick. Lemmy, just because Amanda doesn't follow any Zeus employees, blog pages, or any of that stuff, doesn't mean that she's not an owner. That right there just credited the fuck out of him then. Because if she followed them, then that would just be a follow. But if she said that she's an owner, let's look at the contract. Let's look at the paperwork for the actual company. Let's look at all that shit. Because I bet you one thing, if we did that, it will probably show a lot more than what this man is telling.
D-Storm then went on TikTok and had something to say about the whole situation and provided a bunch of receipts.
So I see Lemmy Plummer, or Lemon Pepper as y'all call him, is up on X spewing lies. But let me tell you something. Never trust tweets, only trust receipts. I'm about to break down for you the entire situation when it comes to Zeus ownership. I get a call from a good friend of mine, Lamorne Morris. Congrats on your Emmy, by the way, my brother. Lamorne tells me that he has a colleague named Lemmy Plummer who wants to meet with me about starting a social network. His pitch was he wanted to start a black Netflix for influencers and call it the Social Network, which was already a Facebook movie, by the way. He offered me a good amount of equity in the company and said he was going to look out for Lamorne for connecting us. He never looked out for Lamorne. Now, at the time, I had the biggest series on the internet called The Cart Series. Wait, baby, don't do that. No. At over 500 million views, it was nominated for an Emmy, 4 streamies, winning 2. Then Lemmy asked me, are there any other influencers I could bring on as partners because we needed some heavy hitters in social media for this thing to work. I said, how about I reach out to another longtime friend of mine, King Patch. He had the numbers. Lemmy agreed. Batch agreed to join. Lemmy said we need one more partner, some diversity. So Batch reached out to Jake Paul, but Jake was working on another project and said, I'll at least give y'all an episode on round 1.
Welcome to the Taj Mahal.
Then Batch said, what about another good friend of ours, Amanda Cerny? She was getting millions of views, making millions of dollars off of brand deals. We all agreed. Now at this point, I broke down my equity so myself, Batch, and Amanda could have even equity across the board, and we all became co-founders.
I met with Daystorm, King Batch, and Amanda Cerny, who were pretty big influencers.
Yes.
And we ended up, I brought them on board.
Lemmy was supposed to be behind the scenes as the CEO, and the 3 of us were to be the face of the network, myself as the president. In the coming weeks, we started a group chat, and the founders came up with a new name for the social network. Some of the names was trash. Then one day I thought, wait, Nike was a Greek god. They were successful with their shoe and apparel line. Why don't we name ourselves after a Greek god? Let's be Zeus. So then Amanda's like, I had a dog named Zeus. Shoot, I like it.
Daystorm actually came up with the name Zeus. We were strategizing and talking about different names.
So then became the Zeus Network. In our operating agreement, Lemmy's job was to put up the money for the first round of content, which he'd get back soon as we launched. Myself, Batch, and Amanda's job was to use our audience and our face and our likeness to blow up the company and give it a legitimate name. Lemmy's like, look guys, I'm a nobody, and you guys have the influence and celebrity to make this work. So that summer, we went hard as hell.
Zeus just came out today. You on this nigga, you gonna die. At what point did you hear me say Zeus, man?
When you looked at me and said Zeus?
The number on the screen. Ignore that. It doesn't work. But the link in my bio does. Click on that right now and join Zeus today. Subscribe.
As president, my job was also to go out and find as many creators as possible so that we could have enough content to live on the platform when it launched. To drive the necessary traffic to the platform, the flagship shows would be Batch, Amanda, and I also agreed to put season 2 of Cart onto Zeus. Shit, I even called in a favor from Uncle Snoop to pop up in the series, and he looked out for me.
That tears apart.
Strike 1. You've been watching too much Zeus, nephew.
And then we spoke to 25 other creators who are also friends of ours and told them we'll give them a free series on Zeus if they promote the app. Let me promise all of them that they would get a percentage of the subscriptions. They didn't get a dime. So approaching the launch of Zeus, Lemmy calls me up crying, talking about the whole network about to go under because I ran out of money. I physically went into the office that entire summer and edited 4 series for Zeus. Then I put up $135,000 of my own money, paying for Bad Escorts, Caught Season 2, and 4 other creative series. Now bear in mind, contractually, we weren't supposed to put up any money. But Lemmy said, I'm gonna pay you back as soon as Zeus launches and we're profitable. Now,
So basically, all that's telling me is that Lemmy doesn't know how to fucking budget or actually how to run the company. He's basically just the face and making all the executive decisions while also not really knowing how to even run the motherfucker. So that tells me right there that Lemmy is the cause of all of this shit in the first place. And if D-Storm is telling the truth about this shit, because this is all alleged, I can't really go based off of all that unless I see the shit, unless I see it. The people that Lemmy brought in basically were there just for financial benefits because he didn't know what he was doing in the first place, and then he didn't have the money. Because if you had those kind of series, if you had all those series and D-Storm was editing all those series, matter of fact, looking back on it, you can actually tell the difference between when D-Storm and all of the other people were there versus now. If you go back to the older Zeus Network videos and series and watch them, you can tell all of them were a lot better than they are now. So now everything's starting to make sense. Because Lemmy really doesn't know how to... Lemmy's not even really a creator. He just basically hired a whole bunch of people that were creative to basically come in and start creating shit thinking that it's going to blow up. Then he brought in Natalie Nunn because she was one of the original cast on Bad Girls Club. And the only thing they really do on Bad Girls, on Baddies, whatever the fuck they want to call that bullshit, is basically fight and do a whole bunch of dumb shit and not really do anything. So basically, it's the decisions of this Negro. Okay. Now this bullshit starting to make sense because if you're a quote unquote network, you would have a whole bunch of series lined up in a timeline to where you can where you have something for every day of the week if you want to, or every other day of the week and actually uploading content. But they only upload once a week, and that's on Sunday.
Every show on Zeus has music in the background, but keep in mind, we had no more budget for music. So I called in another favor from my good friend Tommy Brown and Franks, and I said, yo, we need beats for Zeus. They done produced everything from Ariana Grande to Justin Bieber. Tommy gave us over 1,000 beats with a promise from Lemmy that they'd get paid back once Zeus was profitable. They never got paid. We understood that Zeus couldn't just be successful in social media, and we needed a partner in traditional media. So I talked to my boy Fonz, and he links me with Tiffany, who works at SAG-AFTRA. Zeus ended up signing a historic deal as the first social platform to partner with SAG-AFTRA. And because of this partnership, I was also able to get a lot of the creators and actors their SAG card because they had shows and series on Zeus. And let me end up stabbing SAG-AFTRA in the back, by the way. This is why I say don't trust tweets, only trust receipts. Let's keep it going. Now, since Zeus was a new platform and app, there was a lot of bugs that needed fixing. Now, our original tech partner, Nick, warned Lemmy that there was going to be some bugs and problems on launch day. But Lemmy ain't listen for shit. With his Napoleon complex, him and Nick used to get into it. So we throw this big-ass launch party in LA. We had ice sculptures, DJs, red carpet, big screens, Amanda...
So basically a whole bunch of bullshit when you can actually use the money that you spent on the damn quote-unquote on the launch party with a whole bunch of bullshit. You could have invested into the app. I was wondering why when Zeus first launched that it was always buggy. The website was always buggy. Now I know why. And also, on top of that, Zeus still doesn't have an app. You literally gotta log in on the website just to watch a fucking movie. And even that shit bugs out. So, lavish lifestyles and all this bullshit, instead of investing money back into the business, into the software that provides you money, You basically blowing that bullshit on a whole bunch of private jets, buses, and all that bullshit instead of investing back into the actual business as a whole. You living large, and get this shit. This nigga is living large and smashing Scotty, smashing all these different chicks on his platform, married to Janisha John. And this nigga gonna have all these. He basically trying to pull off a Nick Cannon. He trying to be like Nick Cannon. And hell, even Nick Cannon got to have a job. What the... Bruh, come on now.
Bit the bullet and did this big ass deal with Diageo for half her rate so we could have Ciroc as a sponsor. We was in it.
It came together. We're doing our pre-launch party, so coming out.
And I remember her being at that lunch too. Let me, Negro, what did you do?
July 13th, I'm super stoked.
On launch day, all the creators who had a show on the platform promoted the hell out of Zeus. And over 45,000 people joined the platform that day. So now we on Easy Street. Until the next day we get a call from our tech partner, Nick, who said there was a glitch in the system and everybody got into Zeus for free. We had to boot everybody out of Zeus and ask them to rejoin for the subscription price. And if you know anything about people, they ain't paying for shit after they got it for free. So the first round of Zeus was a wash. We had to scramble and come up with a plan for round 2 with no money. Then King Batch comes in clutch and saves the day and brings in our 5th partner, a silent investor named Ben Koo, who put up the funds we needed for round 2. On round 2, we changed up the plan and we used the funds from Ben Koo to make longer form content. Amanda secured Lil Tay, who was huge at the time. Bat secured B. Simone, who was huge at the time. I secured Quay, who was huge at the time. And Lemmy secured Michael Blackson. Those shows with TT being the flagship gave us enough subscribers and enough income to make it to the next season for even bigger shows. Now Lemmy controlled all the money at Zeus. And at this point, myself, Batch, and Amanda were pushed out while Lemmy's taking these interviews acting like he did it all by himself.
But you did have partners. She did have partners. What happened to them niggas?
You tell me.
Man, I'll Google this shit. Stop it, man. No, I remember seeing them.
You tell me.
So you bought them out, right?
You tell me what happened to these guys.
No, King Bach. Yeah. So King Bach, Amanda Cerny. That's I was like, that's when they were lit.
Like I said, I created Zeus. I ended up investing my own capital. They didn't put in any money. They didn't do anything.
He seized all the Zeus accounts, got himself all this heavy security, and started spewing lies.
I thought they would bring some value, bring some money to the table and do their thing, and they did.
Let me tell you something. Anybody who needs that kind of security is either super famous or did a lot of people dirty.
Part of what makes this whole platform special is, yes, you guys are partners and owners with me in this, and what you bring to the table, like you said, is relationships. People would not do this if it wasn't because of you and King Batch and Amanda.
Now, when you have a successful company like Zeus, you do something called partner payouts. Lemmy pays himself, but never pays his partners. To be totally transparent, we had a falling out because a good friend of ours, who is now a successful Latin artist and used to be Lemmy's assistant, told us that he sexually assaulted her. Till this day, myself, Batch, and Amanda, we received K1 tax documents stating that we make millions of dollars from the Zeus network as partners. So we're paying taxes on money that we never received. So while Lemmy Plummer walks through Paris with 5 security guards and designer clothes and purchases, let me just read this, new home, RVs.
Lemmy done bought me a truck for my birthday.
The Zeus network bought you.
Zeus bought it.
Cybertrucks, cars, jewelry, and he's giving out bags to everybody who walks through Zeus's door. The partners who initially kept the lights on and made Zeus what it is today received nothing. Don't let
Again, like I said, this nigga is living a lavish lifestyle, buying all of these people that really don't give a shit about this nigga. But he's steadily still fucked over the people that helped keep that damn company online. Boy, you can't make this shit up. And on top of that, you know what? Matter of fact, me looking at this is actually giving me a life lessons in a lot of things, especially when it comes to business. Watch who you do business with, and watch the hand that feeds you. Because if it wasn't for D-Storm, Amanda, King Bash, and all these other people that D-Storm is bringing up, Zeus would never been the company that it is today. So that only tells me one thing. This nigga don't appreciate anybody but him, like to spend money on people that don't really give a fuck about him.
Let the internet and Lemon Pepper fool you. We put them on. This guy's a fraud. I had a call a few years back with Lemmy and a Jason Tolbert, who's also works there and is too cowardly to say something because he was on the phone call. And Lemmy is like, you guys are fucking losers. I'm gonna drag this case until you all broke. Zeus is worth $1 billion. You can't beat the machine. You'll never beat Zeus. And he's been dragging it. We spent over $1 million on lawyers already. Oh, they're not even part of the company. We have to sit up there and prove that he's on some bullshit. So we'll spend 3 months and a couple $100,000 just to prove that he's telling another fucking lie. We've been literally fighting this dude in court for 2 years, y'all. I found out that Zeus has multiple lawsuits that Lemmy done settled behind our backs. And when you hear all these women on TikTok or you hear Ray J going off and shit.
To all the women that's going through this with Lemmy and going through this with Zeus, like, we hear you and we gonna help you.
We're gonna stay in this room
and we gonna help you.
Ray J calls Lemmy Plummer the Black Jeffrey Epstein and says he has footage on him putting his hands on women. What?
We're gonna stay in this.
Christina Ramon says told her truth about Lemon Pepper, Miss Nunn, and Zeus. Oh fuck!
Room for 3 to 4 hours until you do what I tell you to do.
I don't f with that.
Why not? Wait. What, you
Boy,
he's like the Black Harvey Weinstein.
So while Lemmy flies on his private jets and throws out money to crowds off of a career full of lies, keep in mind that if he can do this to his partners, imagine what he would do to someone who is not. Anyway, y'all, this has been my TED Talk. I just wanted to explain to y'all the ownership of the Zeus Network, and you're looking at the fucking president.
The Zeus Network, and especially Lemmy, seem to have a lot of allegations swirling around. The rapper Stunna Girl had a few things to say about him.
They said little shit too, like they do little weird shit. Like we was in the club when I was just at the Baddies East thing, and I went to the club only the time. Like he's a scrawny little bitch. He knows he can't touch me. He knows he can't fuck me. He knows he can't even fucking look at me. And that's what really be the problem, because every bitch that he be casting is literally bitches that he's fucking. Like all the girls that he be getting on the shows. And y'all be wondering why, like, where the fuck did they beef come, or why are they so beefed out? Like, you don't even really know, or it'll be over something small. That's because he's literally casting a group of bitches and then just sitting back and watching them fight over him for the whole season. Like, you're really a weirdo. You could tell bro was like a fucking geek in high school, and this is his first time having some bitches. For you, it's like, that's what I said earlier. I'm like, it be so many raw bitches coming to them auditions and shit. And all the bitches that you pick is all bitches that you are fucking with. Literally, you're casting bitches just to come on the show and fight over your clap stain ass mini dick, bitch. The fuck are you talking about?
So that explains to me why Natalie and Scotty was fighting too. Okay.
And then it be real bitches like me. Is like, bruh, a real bitch like me can only be around some goofy shit like this for, you know, it takes a toll. Like, a real bitch like me can't be around like that. No, can't. So you're mad at me because I left? And you know what's so funny? He's a messy ass bitch. Like, the day I was leaving, right, I remember, I told him, like, no, I gotta get to, wherever my show was. And when I was leaving, that nigga got in his feelings and he immediately posted like, oh, I want Scarface for a replacement. And what's so funny is, like, I remember I told them about her. I'm the one that got her in. Like, he didn't want nothing to do with her. Said she was dirty, said she stank at the fucking grand opening. He said all this shit about her. And I walked her up to him and I was like, you need to put her on the show. And then that's when he got on the microphone and was like, okay, I'm gonna put her on the show. Who wants her on the show? Da-da-da-da-da. So it was like, he do that type of shit. Like, he's like a messy ass bitch. He tries to get people to be against each other. It's just weird ass shit the nigga do. So that day, he immediately, like, when I said, I didn't even post yet that I was leaving. I told him I was finna go. Nigga try to argue me down. And then that's when he started fucking with me on the internet and was subbing me and saying all this shit about me. And that's when I saw him in the lobby and I started telling him, like, bitch, I'm gonna slap the fuck out you. Woo. And then he thought it was funny. He was like, no, it's gonna work good. It's not like this. And then as soon as I leave, he was doing hella shit, just subbing me and talking about me, all because I said I'm leaving the network. Like, it's not that big of a deal, bro. If you feel like you around here making stars, bitch, make another one. Why does every bitch that you get on your platform already have followers? I already had 300K followers when I got on the platform. Why does every bitch that you get on the platform you already fucking know? Like, it don't make no sense.
You know what? All of this shit starting to make sense. All of this shit is starting to make sense. There's a reason why I stopped doing Zeus Network content. Now I'm starting to see why.
And I really feel bad for Scotty, cause she just like walks around like his little fucking pet. I'm starting to think she's a walking Frenchie. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to think that she's a living Frenchie. This bitch walk around sad all day crying. He be having her cooped. That nigga be handcuffing the bitch, P. I remember when we was out at my birthday and my big cousin, he was like standing next to her, like she was like standing behind him or something. That nigga came over there and I'm talking about like made that bitch stand in the corner and look at the wall. Like, I couldn't believe my motherfucking eyes, bro. I was like, bitch, you finna let this nigga in the club, bitch. Put you in a motherfucking corner, bitch. Like you on motherfucking timeout. I could get my big cousin out here right now. That's the one that Natalie was, that. Yo. But bro, he's like a insecure little bitch. I'm talking about hella insecure. Like, how you gonna make the bitch stand in the corner, P? In the club. We're in a club. It's a small space. She can't stand in the section? He's about to have a fucking heart attack. Anybody. Like when I was just on No Jumper, the interviewer was like, yeah, I was just in Vegas with them, bro. He was acting crazy. I couldn't even talk to the bitch. I couldn't look at the bitch. And then like nigga, like the shit that I had put on my Twitter today, that's just the truth. Oh, that's my song. Disney. Nigga, But yeah, that shit I put on, let's get into that, the tweet. So, this was, I had already, no, this was the day that I was leaving the show. Oh, no, this was the day I was getting my makeup done before I was leaving. And then, old girl's business got exposed and shit. And then they was already beefing because the other bitch been around before her. You feel me? Like, I remember when I had on my birthday weekend, when I had went to that hotel, I think it was like the one, but he was out having dinner with this bitch. And I asked him, who is that? And then he was saying that was his bitch. So I never knew like she was gonna be on the show or nothing. I thought she was just another girl, the Anna girl. They was together in the fucking hotel. And I feel like I got a video of that shit because we was eating at the bar. But anyways, yeah, the fucking, I heard all the shit. The bitch was saying he gave her the clap and that he be dogging her and doing her hella bad and all this other shit. And you know, that's around the time I felt like some compassion for Scotty, because I really feel like she's like just a weak ass, lame ass bitch. But it's like bitches like her is like, you feel compassion for, because it's like, damn bitch, you're really a weak ass bitch. But it be like, you know, you don't want the bitch to get bullied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in her situation, she just was like a bitch that fell in love with her trick. And y'all know what the funniest part is that Natalie be mad about? Because Natalie's always like, Lemmy doesn't even really know. She's really a fucking whore. And da-da-da-da-da. I used to have this bitch on the jets. She used to be on the jet with me, eating pussy and popping it everywhere. And he thinks that one time we got on the jet was her first plane ride. And he didn't even know. Like, she just be so mad because he don't know the tea about her. So she was like, yeah, you remember when we got on the jet and then he couldn't move his seat and Scotty went over there and pushed the buttons and he was like, how does she even know that? Duh, because the bitch been popping coochie from here to motherfucking Africa. You're just a dumbass trick. Like I said, you're just like a little boy who just hit his growth spurt and got a little couple dollars and barely started playing with hoes, playing with checks. So of course you can never smell the hoe on her, because you're not a boy, you're not a dog. A bitch like her could pull the wool over your eyes. But see, she would have been in a good position though if she would have played her cards right and listened to what the fuck I told her when I first met her. And I have a really good thing, like when I meet people, I could read them immediately. Like, I could tell you about yourself, I swear to God. So when I peeped her whole situation within 5 minutes, and I literally told her, bitch, do not fall in love with your trick. And guess what the dumb bitch did? Not only did she fall in love, she fell into a motherfucking arrangement. This nigga got this bitch in a $3,000 apartment a month. Then the bitch Natalie said the bitch don't even get no purses out the nigga. She don't even get no good allowance. The only thing she get is her rent paid, and he got cameras in her house, so he could see everything she motherfucking do. Bitch, you playing girlfriend with the trick, bitch.
Jesus Christ. That... Boy, hey, at this point, Lemmy and Zeus is about to be a damn thing of the past at this point. You can't make this shit up. There is way too much shit going on with Zeus and them. All I'm saying is this. Y'all niggas need to stop. Y'all niggas need to stop pissing where y'all fucking lay. Stop pissing where y'all lay. Because the fact of the matter is that a lot of y'all be smashing these chicks and then y'all be getting exposed. That nigga got exposed that nigga got exposed because that nigga was lusting after some damn pussy. And I'm gonna tell the truth on it. He getting exposed because he done fucked over the wrong people. You fucked over the people that know your business inside and out, all the little dirty secrets. That's the dumbass nigga that he is. You got exposed because you were pissing where you lay. You getting exposed because you fucked over the people that know you, your business, the inner workings, all of that shit. And you fucked over the people that's closest to you. Bruh. Can't make this shit up. Anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe to channels. Please go to the T-Files and actually support this creator. Because there's a lot more shit that's probably gonna come out about this Zeus thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna try to be on top of it. But stop pissing where you lay, guys. Anyways, like, share, subscribe to channels, support the podcast, support.com. I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.